Assalamu alaikum and peace. Welcome back. This is Bilal of Black Muslim in America. And I just wanted to talk about just something real quick, man, that just popped on my mind being on Twitter and stuff. And just perusing Twitter up and down the timeline. And man, it's crazy. But listen, we understand as Muslims that music is haram. We understand that. We also know that people are weak, you know. We also know that we live in a society of America where everybody listens to music. That's not caping for it. That's not making an excuse for it. That's just the reality of what it is. Most of us have listened to music in the wombs. And even those who don't want to listen to music or try not to, they're forced to listen to music when they step outside, when somebody drives up in their apartment complex, when cars drive past their households, when they call someone on the phone and they're put on hold, when they're in the elevator, when they're in a store. There's no way to avoid it. So we have to talk about these things and not just put our head in the sand. And if you do choose and try your best to give up music, that is a great thing. And for those who are listening to music, I would just advise that you do try to give it up. And I would advise that if you do continue to listen to it, that you understand that it's just entertainment. And don't let it control your life and control your mind, which is very hard to do because music controls your heartstrings and controls your life. It can get to that point. Most of the people who listen to lots of music, you can see it influencing their life in some way. You have Muslim women out here listening to City Girls and all these Meg the Stallions, and you see they have these feminist mindsets. You see they keep saying period, all of that cornball stuff. It's really influencing their lives. They're wearing their hijabs and abayas, form fitting to their bodies, unnecessarily bright colors, which goes against the whole thing of hijab. And even with the fellas listen out here to all this street music, so they want to be in the streets even though they're Muslim. They want to smoke hella weed even though they're Muslim. They want to be promiscuous and, be like Future and be, quote unquote toxic masculinity and treat women like crap. Whatever they say that is. So we see the influence. So it's best to not listen to it. And, like I said, we're in America, we're still going to be forced to listen to it. So we have to understand what's going on around us. We have to understand this. And I say this because in the hip hop genre, man, when it first started, it was about positivity. It was about bringing black people together to have fun. We created this genre of music. We created hip hop for us. It was our music. And we allowed people into the household of hip hop, which is fine if you're going to treat our house with respect. But the problem is nowadays, you have the industry, the hip hop industry isn't controlled by black people. It's controlled by white Jewish men. That's who it's controlled by. And not only that, and this is not to disparage the Jewish religion. This is not to disparage the Jewish people. We're talking about specific people who do specific things and have specific beliefs. Because not all Jews have racist beliefs. Not all Jews have Zionist beliefs. So this is what we're specifically talking about. So this whole thing, his hip hop is run by pretty much white Jewish guys who really don't follow true Judaism. They follow their own type of stuff, and they have a lot of anti-black hatred within them. And they practice different forms of witchcraft and, whatever they want to call it, Kabbalahism. So these are the type of people running hip hop now, not us, not the black people. And so when you have these people who have anti-black hatred, they're going to bring in people who promote anti-black hatred. And this is why we see the decline of hip hop. We still have the great artists out there, but I think it's time for black people to take back control of hip hop music if that's what you're going to do. You have to take back control of it. It can't be in the hands of anyone else but us, because it becomes corrupted. It becomes totally corrupted. There's a difference between rapping about living in the hood and rapping about what you had to do to get out the hood, and it's a storyline and you're teaching a lesson, instead of, there's a difference between that and glorifying it and making it seem like it's cool and filling up prisons and filling the prison industrial complex and using your music to help these labels who have stocks in prisons. So you're helping them to fill these prisons with your music. There's a total difference between those two things. So, and I say all of this to basically say hip hop has now become almost very anti-black, man. And these are the people we're letting into hip hop are very anti-black. You got people like Tamagotchi 6ix9ine. Who is this dude? Some white Mexican dude who was a snitch, who I think is an undercover agent. He brought down a whole a group of black people, a gang, and got them locked up, and now he's out and he's free, and he's laughing about getting black people locked up. He's a white Mexican using the N-word in his music. And people are giving him a pass. So you have people in the community, in the black community, in black society, giving him a pass. This shows you how they are using this hip hop music to destroy us. And now you got this chick Doja Cat coming out, and I always knew it was something weird about her. She just looked like some funky broad, and she's one of these mulatto chicks, so everybody gives her a pass to say the N-word. But then when you do the background on her, people have been saying that before she really blew up, she was on these little white supremacist websites like 4chan, making jokes about black people, doing anti-black jokes and spewing anti-black rhetoric and things of that nature. And then on top of that, she got her a little zaddy now, so we know where that's going now. And then she has some song that she dropped back in like November. When did they say she dropped it? Hold on, let me see, y'all. They say she dropped this song. The release date of it was November 11th, 2015. I don't know why we're just hearing about this now. We should have been heard about this, but I guess it's gaining popularity on the Twitter streets. But she has a song called Didn't Do Nothing. And you know how it's spelled. DINDUNUFFIN. This is the exact spelling of these racist people on sites like 4chan and Reddit. This is the same spelling that they use when they're trying to slander black people. They call black people didn't do's, meaning they didn't do nothing. That's the response they give to black people who are mad at and stand up against and fight against police brutality. Those who are victims of white supremacy. They use this phrase to describe them as didn't do nothings. And so this broad has a whole song called Didn't Do Nothing. And some of the lyrics go like this. How much nothing can a didn't do if a didn't do nothing? How much money could a didn't do make if a didn't do did all the things that you wish to? How much nothing can a didn't do if a didn't do nothing? Now, this sounds like a racist song. It sounds like a low-key, slick, racist song, and you're gonna have everybody singing it, and all the undercover white supremacists get this dog whistle. They get this song. This is slick talk. That's all this is. It's amazing, and this all relates to white supremacy. This all relates to what's going on now. Because now you have black people being killed in the streets egregiously, and you have this song out and being popularized. This is the same thing that went on when you had people doing back in the what is it, blackface days, when they were putting on blackface and saying, oh, it's just a joke, and then they created a whole Jim Crow laws about it and all of that stuff. It's the same thing. They used them jokes and turned it into harassing and harming and killing black people. Same thing with the KKK. They had on hoods and they said, hey, it would be funny if we go chase down these black people with these hoods on, and then it became something serious to harm black people and kill black people. You just had some guy in America, as an article, you could look it up. He wore a KKK hoodie to like Walmart or something, and the police didn't arrest him or didn't do nothing to him because they saying, well, I mean, in America, hate speech is okay. So we know where this is going. It's just repeating itself. You have songs like this coming out now, which is promoting anti-black hatred, and it's giving dog whistles to white supremacists. So we know what's going on. You, like I was talking about Tamagotchi 6ix9ine. He's out here getting whole crews locked up and then coming out and bragging about being a rat. Even though you the one who set them up. You knew what it was when you got into it. But now all of a sudden it's not your fault, and oh, why should I be loyal to these people? Oh my God. You were loyal to them, and they were loyal to you, because when you told them to fire off shots and go shoot at Chief Keef and his homie, they did that. They just knew you was a lame dude, and they said, bump that, we about to extort this dude fully. He's a lame. That's all that was. And then when the heat got too rough, you did what most most white folk would do who have anti-black sentiment. What you did was turn around and say, well, I need to get these guys off my back. I'm a snitch on them. If you was really about that, you would have called your other Mexican homies and got that crew up off of you. But no, you went right to the police and said, well, I can get off now. Like many of them do. They want to run in the streets and slum it up. But then when it's time to clean up their act, they say, okay, well, if we get caught, I'm just going to play the good white boy role, and they'll go to jail. And that's what happened. So these are the type of people we're bringing into hip hop. And this is why hip hop is going to fall off. It's not going to be a black musical genre anymore, because people are willingly giving it up to whomever they want to give it up to. And then when they get in it, they use it to spew anti-black hatred, which basically helps white supremacy, which basically is a part of the cultural fuel for harming black people. Even with Nicki Minaj's corny self. She had that song, what's that song she did? Looking at nigga. And on the cover art, she had Malcolm X looking out the window. And then she had another line in one of her songs where she was telling black chicks that they need to get up and go to the back, characterizing herself in that verse basically as a white supremacist. She used the Rosa Parks line, told the black women to go to the back. So you see what it is, my people. You see what it is. And this is one of the reasons why music is sinful. And I understand the wisdom behind music being sinful because of how it controls your hearts. When you're listening to this type of music and these type of artists over and over, you're going to develop anti-black hatred within your own self, and you're going to spew it out within your own community. This is why you got women on Twitter calling black men bullet bags and saying these cops ain't killing y'all fast enough. Watch the music they're playing. I bet you they got some Nicki Minaj in their playlist. I bet you they got some Doja Cat in their playlist. If you sitting around in your hood and you hear somebody rolling up playing Tamagotchi 6 9, you already know who that person is. You don't even need to mess with him. And this is why also being a thirst bucket, being a thirsty black male is dangerous. Being a thirsty, simpish black male is dangerous because you got this chick Doja Cat who is clearly anti-black by this song and her past. And you got black males who gonna run up behind her still and give her excuses because she got a nice butt, or since she's mixed, she looks light skinned, she looks quote unquote exotic. Oh my God. This is how simping is dangerous to the black community, because you got simps who's gonna run up behind her and make excuses for her and allow her into the community and are willing to fight for her because real black men ain't gonna accept that crap. And as I was saying at the beginning about many of these people who control hip hop are these white Jewish men who have anti-black sentiments. They don't follow the real Judaism. These aren't true Jews. These are people who just claim that. They probably have the lineage of that, but they're not truly following it. They follow their Kabbalah. They follow their, all type of whatever stuff they make up or believe in. And what's surprising about this chick, Doja Cat, is she's Jewish. Her mother is a Jewish American. Her mother, Deborah Elizabeth Sawyer, is a Jewish American. And then she has a father, which is an immigrant. Oh, he's a South African actor. So her father, she has an absent father, and he's a South African. So it explains her anti-black hatred. It explains it right there. You got an absent father, you're already going to be mad at your dad because he's not there, and then he's black. So you have a deep hatred in your heart. No wonder you're chasing after white zaddy. No wonder you have a white zaddy as your husband, because you have hatred in your heart for the black man because your father wasn't there for you. And then it all comes together because now she's not even a foundational mulatto American. You know what I'm saying? She's not even, her parents aren't from America. So she's not even into our culture like that. She came into it and seen probably, well, I can make some money off of this. My dad was an actor. I can make some money off of this. So she already has the cultural behind her to get into this musical industry. So it all comes together. And I'm sure she's probably into that witchcraft stuff too that they practice and that they pass down to the rest of the industry, and then they create their own forms of it and secret societies and all of that bull crap. But yeah, we see what it is, people. So let's not be surprised. We have to stop supporting people like this. You shouldn't be streaming them. It's just like M.A.B.I.A talking about he's gonna destroy Tamagotchi 6 9. No, just ignore him. The fact that you're putting it out there that you're gonna destroy him, all that's doing is making him more popular. They just came out with some article talking about how M.A.B.I.A helped, because he's saying he was gonna destroy Tamagotchi. M.A.B.I.A helped his YouTube numbers go crazy. He got real high YouTube numbers. He broke YouTube records again. So M.A.B.I.A need to just keep his mouth shut. But there's also a rumor that Tamagotchi 6 9, there's also a rumor that he's signed to Rock Nation. So is this guy M.A.B.I.A out here giving him free promotion then? And it's just a game. They're acting like they're enemies, and it's just a game to get him back popping. No, the way you defeat trolls is by ignoring them. You address them a few times. You let the people know what it is, and then you let the people know we're going to be ignoring this troll, and they're going to fall off. But when you have simpish culture being promoted, then when you have simpish culture out here, they're going to promote people like this. When you have weak men, weak males, they're going to promote people like this, and we have to be careful of that. We have to be careful of the anti-black immigrants out there. Not all of them are anti-black, but many of them are. These are the type of people who are going to be promoting the Doja Cats and the Tamagotchis. and the Nicki Minaj's. So we have to be careful about all of that. And another thing that's going on in the musical industry that I noticed, reading on Twitter and stuff, is this whole demon time bull crap. These people are just blatant. Just like I was telling you at the beginning of this, how many of these people are into witchcraft. They're into that Kabbalism. They're into their own other forms of witchcraft that they got going in these industries, and all these other weird rituals and demonic things. They're just blatantly coming out and letting you know what it is. This is why black people should be controlling their own music, so you won't have to go into that stuff. But this whole demon time thing, what is that? They're blatantly letting you know what time they're on. Just like you got HR House Resolution 6666 coming out, the Trace Act, they're blatantly letting you know what it is. This is the year of 2020. This is the year of perfect vision. They're letting you know what it is. When you listening to us, you're on demon time. And that stuff came out with your boy, what's his name? What's that man's name? Pop Smoke. He did that. He allegedly coined that phrase, or it was something that was already bubbling in their region amongst the streets, and he just popularized the phrase. But he was one of the people who popularized that phrase of demon time. He was allegedly a Muslim. How you a Muslim, brother, and you're talking about demon time, brother? That don't make sense. So after he gets killed, now they're popularizing his phrase to the point where you got Beyonce on a song talking about she's gonna get on her demon time and create an OnlyFans. Do you see what's going on, people? All these people do is watch social media and then copy what's on social media, but they're also blatantly letting you know what they're on and what they're bringing you into. So now Beyonce is promoting OnlyFans, and she's promoting being on Demon Time, and people been saying she was a witch. It's all coming in front of your face. And now you wonder why OnlyFans is blowing up amongst these little slores out here, because you got Beyonce promoting it. You got them falling in line with the demonic music. What about being on angelic time? What about being on godly time? An angel is stronger than a demon. Did you know that? A righteous person is stronger than any demon. So this demon time, people don't want to be righteous. I've said this in other broadcasts that I've done. People don't want to be righteous. It's easier to be demonic. So they would rather promote that and make it look cool, because it's easier to do. They want you to fall down into the hellfire with them. And this is why we have to be careful. If you're going to continue to listen to music, you have to see what it is, because if not, you're going to be led astray. Demon time. OnlyFans. You're going to have a whole generation of young women, because of this whole promotion of OnlyFans that's going on now, because people think they're going to hit the... OnlyFans is like a whore lottery ticket. That's what it's like now. It's like a sloreful lottery ticket. You might be one of the lucky slores who can make $70,000 in 1 year off of showing your body all over to the whole world. You might be one of them, but more than likely you're not going to be. So you're going to have a generation of women. It's going to continue the bastard baby making. It's going to continue the not building of families. It's going to continue the horror culture of America and what's influencing black communities. We can't keep continuing this. They're trying to weaken us. As black people are getting on code and trying to build strong families and trying to build wealth and financial power and trying to have even more power, you still have this industry. You still have these devils. You still have these people on demon time trying to promote to you the destruction of the family. So you're going to have a whole generation of young women again who put themselves out there to the whole world. Ain't nobody going to marry them. Only some simp lame dude is gonna marry them, and they're not gonna build a strong family. They're just gonna treat him like trash, and their children are gonna grow up to be simps and lames again. So you're gonna have a whole generation of females who have destroyed their value just because they want to hopefully hit on this lottery ticket of Slordom, and you're not gonna hit. You don't know what you're getting yourself into signing up for some OnlyFans and putting your body out there to the whole world. It was a video on Twitter of some boyfriend. He told his girlfriend, he told her, they were talking before, I guess, and he let her know, look, if you sign up for some OnlyFans account, then me and you are done. And then, they showed a clip of them two arguing, and she's arguing with him about her being on OnlyFans. She said, why you mad? He said, because you signed up to our OnlyFans and I told you not to. That's why we're done. And then she said, are you going to pay my bills? He said, he sucked his teeth. And then she said, well then. No, there is no well then. Which one is it? See, this is the problem. That was her thinking in her mind to justify herself of what she already knew that she shouldn't have been doing. You have a man in your life who wants to be with you, and he's giving you the standards of wanting to be with you. He's saying, no, don't sign up for this stuff. Don't put your body out there to the world like that, because that's disrespectful to yourself and it's disrespectful to me and our relationship. So if you do that, I'm gone. Logical reasoning. And only thing she's thinking about is the slorful lottery ticket. Beyonce saying she's on her demon time. I want to be on my demon time too and get an OnlyFans. That's the only thing that's going through her mind. Money, demon time, sex, and attention. Because attention is more important to many females than money. So she goes out and gets her OnlyFans, and then she's surprised her dude breaks up with her. And then her only excuse is, are you going to pay my bills? He wasn't paying your bills when y'all was boyfriend and girlfriend. And he probably wasn't doing that because he's seen what type of chick you was. So this is the type of thing that's going on, people. This OnlyFans stuff is going to destroy another generation of females. It's going to destroy another generation of males too, because they're not going to want to deal with these type of females. We have to get back on point. We have to get these people out of our community, out of our society, who don't want to get coded up. You have to be shunned. You want to try to make your little paper doing anti-black music, Doja Cat, you're out of here. You're not a part of hip hop. You can go call that something else, but that's not hip hop. That's not rap. Go do something else. Have your little white racist friends and coons and bed bucks and bed wenches, have them support you. But true black society, intelligent black society, is not going to support you. Same thing with Tamagotchi. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. You're not getting supported by us. It's done for you. OnlyFans, done for you. Only black females that's doing that are ones who aren't worthy of real righteous black men. You can the simps and the cuckolds, they can have y'all. And that's just what it's gonna be. But I ran kind of long, y'all. Thank you for tuning back in. This is something I might just do from time to time. Just a little rambling on my mind, because it was just a lot going on. I just wanted to touch on that. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, this is Bilal of Black Muslim in America, signing out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace and assalamu alaikum.